The hard times ended, but the fear stayed. You earn enough now, yet your body still braces. Something inside you never got the memo. Your bank account moved on, but a quiet part stayed behind. You call it caution, but it is fear, a humming fear that what you have could vanish tomorrow. This is scarcity fear that outlives the scarcity itself. Today we will understand why it lingers. By the end, you will see your anxiety with softer eyes, not as a flaw, but as old protection. Most assume that once money improves, the fear fades, but the nervous system updates slower than income. Logic alone cannot reach this kind of fear. It lives below thought, deeper than any reassuring number. You can have savings, a steady job, food in the fridge, and still feel that watchful unease. That gap between reality and feeling is not failure. It is the lag between wallet and body memory. Scarcity fear is not really about numbers on a screen. It is about a younger you learning unsafety. Maybe they were lean years, missed payments, tense kitchen conversations. Maybe a parent froze when the mail arrived. You did not need anyone to explain it. You absorbed the mood, the silence, the sudden changes overnight. Children do not forget those moods. They store them in the body before the mind finds words. So now, as an adult, money is not math. It feels like memory, a weight on the chest. That is why a normal expense can spike your pulse. Your body is reacting to a much older today. You might notice it in small places. A grocery bill slightly higher, and suddenly your day tilts. You might refresh the banking app without meaning to, not because anything changed, but because checking briefly soothes. You might flinch when a friend suggests dinner out. The price is fine, but something still calculates fearfully. You might do math in your head at checkout. The total is fine, but your shoulders quietly tighten. You might feel a small thud opening a normal utility bill. Nothing is wrong, yet your body anticipates wrongness. These are not character flaws. They are echoes, gentle signs you are still protecting a younger version of yourself. When you grew up watching money disappear, abundance feels suspicious. Good months feel temporary, like sky before rain. So you brace. You save in a way that feels less like planning, more like flinching at invisible blows. You might hoard quietly, not piles of cash, but untouched savings you refuse to enjoy in case tomorrow needs more. You might apologize for buying yourself something small. The apology slips out before you even notice it leaving. You might also feel guilty when you spend. A small treat triggers unease, as if joy were irresponsible. This is scarcity fear wearing the mask of discipline. It looks responsible outside, but feels like constant danger inside. Real responsibility breathes. Scarcity fear holds its breath, waiting for something it cannot name to finally arrive. You can tell which is driving by your body. Calm planning feels grounded. Scarcity fear feels tight and hollow. The cruel part is scarcity fear follows you upward. As income rises, fear finds new things to worry about. A bigger paycheck becomes a bigger thing to lose, a new home, a responsibility measured against your old world. You might still feel poor inside a life that looks comfortable. The mirror outside and inside no longer agree. This is why people who look successful can feel privately terrified. Their outside grew faster than their inside. If this is landing, take a soft breath now. You are not behind. You are simply meeting old fear. Notice how your body feels as you listen. Maybe tight in the shoulders, maybe quiet relief at finally hearing this. Either response is okay. Your body carried this fear loyally for a long time, and it is allowed feelings. Part of why scarcity fear lingers is that it once worked. It kept a younger you alert and ready. Your nervous system remembers it helped. So even now, in safer times, it keeps the alarm gently humming. It is not trying to torture you. It is trying in its only language to keep you safe. This is not dysfunction. This is loyalty. A part of you still stands guard, even though danger walked away. The goal is not to silence that part. The goal is to thank it and let its shift end. Because scarcity fear cannot be argued with. You cannot logic your way out by listing savings or reciting income. It does not live in the logical part of you. It lives where safety once felt rare and fragile. That part does not need spreadsheets. It needs evidence that you can have something good and not lose it. Every time you enjoy a small thing without panic, that part takes a quiet note. Maybe safety is real. This is how scarcity fear softens, not in one breakthrough, but in moments where nothing bad happened afterward. It is the dinner you actually tasted, the bill you paid without flinching, an evening where money stayed quiet. Each moment is a tiny correction, a gentle update for a nervous system running outdated software far too long. You are not undoing the past. You are showing your body the present is allowed to feel different. Let me ask you something softly. When did you first learn that money could change the feeling of home? You do not need a perfect answer. Just notice what memory shows up, what age, what room you are in. If you feel comfortable, share a little in the comments. A sentence about when scarcity fear first entered. Someone else is scrolling, feeling the same. They will read your words and feel less alone tonight. You do not have to explain everything. One honest line can become a small lantern for another quiet person. Now come back with me. Let us keep unpacking why this fear stays when the hard times are gone. Thank you for being honest with yourself, even silently. That honesty is already a small act of healing. One reason scarcity fear stays is that it became your identity. You became the careful one, the worried one. Letting go can feel like losing who you are, as if calm around money would make you reckless overnight. But you are not your fear. You are the one who carried a younger self through cold rooms. You can keep the wisdom without keeping the weight. Stay thoughtful, but let your shoulders finally come down. Another reason it lingers is the world reinforces it. Headlines, comparisons, feeds full of people who never struggle. Your fear has plenty of fuel. Every uncertain news cycle whispers, see, stay ready, stay tight, stay watchful. So please be gentle with yourself for still feeling this. You are not weak for not staying calm always. You are responding sensitively to a sensitive situation. The work is to feel safe without the world cooperating first. That is the quiet shift. Safety is not the absence of uncertainty. Safety is staying with yourself through it. When scarcity fear shows up, it asks an old question. Will I be okay if things get hard again? The honest answer is, you already proved you can. You survived the times that taught you to fear. You have more capacity than your fear credits you for. The younger you did not know who you became. You became someone resourceful, resilient, attentive. Even your anxiety shows how seriously you never want to fall again. That is not a flaw to fix. It is a strength to honor, then teach to rest when unneeded. Imagine the fear as a tide that has not fully gone out. It comes less often, but the shoreline remembers. You do not have to chase the tide away. You only have to notice it, name it, let it move. The fear visits. It does not have to live in you. Feeling a wave is different from drowning in it. Most healing around money is not financial. It is emotional, slow, tied to feeling safe in your body again. You start by noticing the body. The tight jaw at an invoice email, the held breath as a card processes. Just noticing is already medicine. Awareness makes space between old fear and the present, and in space, choice begins. Then you can speak to that fear kindly. You might silently say, I see you, I know why, rest now. It sounds small, but the nervous system responds to tone. Inward warmth is different from inward sharp criticism. Shame tightens scarcity fear. Warmth loosens it. One closes the body, the other tells it something different is possible. You are not trying to think your way out, only to be a kinder voice in your own head. You can also let yourself receive a compliment, a gift, a quiet good day. Receiving without bracing is healing. Scarcity fear teaches us to guard. Healing teaches us to let things in without calculating what they will cost. That does not mean abandoning care. It means trusting you can stay aware without staying afraid every single moment. A calm relationship with money is not about a certain amount. It is about how your body feels around it. Some people with little feel surprisingly steady. Some with plenty feel dread. The difference is rarely the number itself. You are allowed to write a new inner story. Not by lying, but by updating what your body believes safe. The younger you needed to brace constantly. The current you was allowed to put that bracing slowly down. You can tell yourself, the past was hard and I am no longer in it. I am here, safer. Place a hand over your chest and let that be true for one breath. Just one. That is enough today. Healing scarcity fear is not loud. It looks like ordinary moments where you choose ease instead of bracing briefly. Over time, those seconds add up. They become the new baseline your nervous system slowly learns to recognize. Progress looks like noticing the fear and not believing it instantly. That tiny pause is where freedom begins. You will still have hard days. The fear will return sometimes, especially when you are tired or facing real uncertainty. That is not regression. That is being human. The goal was never to never feel it, but to relate differently. When it visits next, do not fight it. Sit beside it like an old friend and ask, what scares you? You might be surprised by the answer. Underneath scarcity fear is often a tender wish to feel safe and held. You can offer that to yourself now, not as a financial promise, but emotional, to not abandon yourself again. That is the deepest medicine for scarcity fear. Not more money, but a steady inner companion who stays with you. If this resonated, take a slow breath. Let your shoulders drop a little before this video ends. Notice if anything feels softer than when you first pressed play. That softening is the beginning of real change. You do not have to feel completely calm yet. A slightly looser jaw or breath is already meaningful progress. If you feel called, leave a comment. Share one moment where scarcity fear visited and how you met it. Your words might land for someone else. They needed to hear they are not alone in this weight. If this channel feels like a calm place, consider subscribing. Turn on the bell so we keep meeting. We move slowly here, one quiet truth at a time. No rush, no pressure, no shame, only steady understanding. You are not broken for still feeling scarcity fear. You once needed it, and now you are learning otherwise. The hard times shaped you, but they do not get to keep you. You can live in the safer present. Take a breath with me one more time. In slowly, out slower still. Let the old alarm rest. You are safe enough right now. Let one small layer of that old fear quietly set down. Thank you for staying. Be soft today. The fear will quiet and you will still be here.